Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eliza at Eliza Journals. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. So today I am going to be doing a currently ink video for the month of May. I have not done one of these in quite a while, and I actually want to start back doing these. So in order for me to start back doing these, I guess I will only ink like my cartridge or my converter like half, because it doesn't make sense for me to ink them to its fullest capacity, because number one, I write really small, so I use less ink. And sometimes I use the same colors over and over, so sometimes it's like it didn't make sense for me to like ink a whole bunch of pens because I was only going to be using like a certain amount of colors. But however, what I decided to do is I've decided that I really need to use my inks, and it doesn't matter if I get 1 or 2 uses out of even the sample bottles. I really need to start going through my inks. That also has prompted me to reach out to like my fellow fountain pen ink and fountain pen lovers to see if they want to swap some inks, because I have like probably 40 bottles of ink. So I've already did like a couple swaps, which is really cool. So because I don't even, now that we're like displaced from my home still, and I do have my inks with me, it was no way I was like putting those in storage for them to like really dry out. But now that I like have all my inks with me in like a smaller space, I'm like, what in the world was I thinking having all these inks? But anyway, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually going to like just bring this out a little bit. So these will be the pens that I will be using, and I will be swatching the inks, and then I will write with the pen that coincides with the ink. And I tried to leave a little bit in the bottles, like the ones that didn't have a lot of ink, I tried to leave enough ink in those for me to be able to swatch it. Okay, so I'm going to start swatching the ink. So I have 12 inks in 12 pens. So this month I really tried to switch up my pen. So I'm sorry, y'all. I literally had to pause the video because someone walked in here talking, and then now I forgot where I actually was. So excuse me, but so I literally find myself inking all the same pens like every single month. So I decided, hey, I'm going to use all different pens for this month, because the last 4 or 5 months I've been gravitating to like my same pens. So this month I am totally switching my pens up from what I'm usually using. And this notebook is Tomo River paper. And this is actually kind of like my social media notebook that I do my ink videos. That's why some of the pages are like skipped. This is also where I have like pretty much all my ink bottles. So like all these here are bottles of inks. So if y'all are into like swapping inks, please let me know, because I would love to swap inks and give away some inks that I have. Even if you just want some inks, you could just like pay the shipping, and then I can send you like some samples of inks. So that's pretty much what I do with this. So I also have them separated by brand. So like this is Ferris Wheel Press, Noodlers, let's see, because that Widow's Maker never dries, Diamine, and then I have Sailor up here, and then Lamy, and then Organic Studio, Robert Oster, the Atramentis. I probably shouldn't have done them like this. The only reason why I put them so close was because I plan on not getting any more inks. So I have the Atramentis, Roar and Klingner, J. Air Bomb, Let's see, I have Pilot, Monteverde, Private Reserve, Pelican. Let me see, Platinum Ford, Platinum. I have, let me see, is that Platinum? Oh, I missed one. I have a Platinum Black, so I'm missing one. This is Van Diemen, Colorverse. That's so weird because I have tons of Colorverse inks. I have like 4 of them. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna have to go back and swatch the ones I don't see. Okay, so Waringle, Waterman, Octopus, Kala, Neon Green. So some of these are also swatches. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing is my currently ink, and we're actually going, how did that get wet just now? Okay, we're gonna go to the next page. I'm going to be swatching inks. I will swatch on this page. And if y'all hear rain, I am recording while it is raining. So the first ink is Sailor Manyo Yamabuki. And I'm gonna swatch this. So this ink is kind of like a yellow orange, and when I put it close to like a yellow, it wasn't like a true yellow. It appears to be yellow, but it's actually more orange than it is yellow. So I'm actually using this color in Platinum Preppy. So I will link this below in the description. So if you are an extra fine writer, this is like perfect for smaller writers. I do only write with fine and extra fine, and this is an extra fine or a 0.2. And this was only $6 from Amazon, and I absolutely love it. I literally just got it like a couple days ago because Juliet, the Paper Pilgrim on Instagram, said that this was a really great writer pen for people who have small writing. This is legit. It writes amazing. You're probably not even going to be able to see me write on here at all. So this is Sailor. I'm gonna try to write as big as I can, but so, and this is a Platinum Preppy, and this is EF extra fine. So of course I'm going to zoom in so that you can actually see. So this one doesn't swivel in, you just push it in like that, and I will link that one below because I got that from Amazon, so you can definitely find that one. Okay, so the next ink is Ferris Wheel Press Autumn in Auburn, which is a really pretty brown. It actually reminds me of Diamond Sepia or Sepia. That's just how I say it. I don't know how everybody else says it, but that's how I say it. And it does, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more. And it does have some dual shading. So like when you write with it, it does pull in certain areas to give that ombre look, which I really like, and that's why I think it reminds me of Diamond Sepia. I wish I wasn't so lazy to get my faith journal, but I actually just put a picture here of how it looks when you write with it. It's absolutely amazing. So now this pen I will also link below in the description. This is a pen that I just accidentally saw, and I was like, oh, it just looked interesting because the knock is like a it's like a circle, like a little knob. So I was like, oh, that looks like really, really cool. So, and then I was just like, I think I want to take a chance to get this. And I think it had like 3.9 stars, but I mean, it was only $12. So I decided to get it. And look at this nib, y'all. Look how small this nib is. So I knew that I literally had to try this. The name of the company is called Yimo. And I think the name of the pen is Lambi 2 3092. It is a 0.38 millimeter nib. So when I say it writes amazing. So this is Ferris Wheel Press Autumn in Auburn. And when I say it writes like a fine, it writes between a fine, extra fine, depending on how wet the ink is. But it definitely loves my chunky notebook from Philo Planner. So 3092, and this is extra fine. So, and I'm not trying to like write perfect or whatever, because I mean, I don't need to write perfect for this video. So you just push that in. Like, I literally like this. And the crazy thing is it comes with this little cap, but it does not post at all. So once you take the cap off, you just have to take it off. And then the other day I saw that it came in pink. I'm really not a fan of pink, so I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Okay, so the next color is Sailor Monio Neko Yonagi. And as y'all see, I do love Sailor inks. Absolutely a must. And I have this inked with Wordsworth in black. This is actually a medium nib. However, it does write like a fine. So I'm really going to say it's like a medium fine. I don't really know what qualifies their nibs to be like a medium, a fine, because this medium literally writes like a fine. Like, really, it writes like an extra fine nib. So I'm not really sure why this is a medium. But as you can see, like, this color is beautiful. Like, you can see like the blue hues in the purple. Y'all, this is amazing. I really wish that the beauty of this color would show up in fountain pens, but the only way that it will literally show up like with this chroma shading is if it was in like a medium or like a stub nib. That's the only way you would really see like the beauty of this pen. So this is Sailor Monio Neko Yanagi, and this is a Wordsworth and black medium nib. They actually gifted this to me sometime like last year, and of course I chose green because green's my favorite color. But so if you could see this, like, this medium really writes like a fine nib. So I'll be using that color in this. And really, I didn't put that much ink in them, but because the converters are, you know, they're tiny, it seems like it's gonna take me a while to use these inks, but that's okay. So this is one of my favorite pens. I did a video a while back on the Kaweco, and I did say that the Kaweco was the worst pen I ever purchased, only because it doesn't hold enough ink. But the nibs on these are like extremely amazing. So this is the Kaweco Sport. This is the brass Sport. So this one is really heavy. It probably weighs like half of a pound. You can actually knock someone out with this. Not like literally, you can. So I actually like this. I like the weight of this. So this one is inked with Coffee Monster by Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. So when she came out with her inks, I actually purchased both of her inks because I was not about to pass that up. I absolutely love Helen. She's like the sweetest. And I remember the day that she followed me, I literally fainted. And I know y'all probably like, it's just Helen. Yeah, it's just Helen, but like, Helen's amazing. Like, she's so sweet. So I absolutely love this color. I mean, when she created that color with Robert Oster, like, she did an amazing job at depicting like actual coffee. So this nib now is a fine nib. I actually ordered an extra fine nib for this particular pen. However, when I got the extra fine nib and tried to use the Coffee Monster with the extra fine nib, it literally was like not coming out. I don't know if the tines were too tight, but it's like the color was like drying and it was giving me like a hard time starting. So it had like a very hard start. So what I ended up doing 2 days ago was I ended up just switching back the fine to the fine nib, and I have absolutely no problems. So I don't know, maybe in the future I will buy another extra fine nib for this just to see if it's that particular nib, because maybe the tines are too tight or something. I have no idea. But this is just like such a beautiful brown, and I do love like the little dual shading that this color has going on. So this is, the color is, come out now, Coffee Monster. I'm trying to write a little big for y'all, so I'm not trying to write perfect at all. Coffee Monster, and this is the Kaweco Brass Sport, and this is a fine nib. So as you can see, yeah, it's really a pretty brown. So I'm not sure if y'all are into like earth tone colors, but I absolutely love it. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Ink Studio 670. So I tried to save a little bit because I needed to use the rest of this sample, because I actually have the bottle to this. So I absolutely love this color. It's literally one of my favorites because it's like a yellow and green. So I inked this color with my Kaweco Sport. This was actually the first one that I purchased, and the nib is like amazing. So I have no issues with the nib at all. The only thing I had an issue with was just how small the reservoir is. So if you see that, it looks like it's a lot of ink in it, but guess what? It's not. After about a week of writing with this, like just say every day, you definitely will need to re-ink this, but the writing is amazing. Okay, so we have Sailor Ink Studio 670, and this is the Kaweco Sport. I think it's forest green. It might be forest green. I'm not sure. And this is an extra fine. Okay, so the next is literally, this is like right now I have been hyper focused on this particular color. When this color came out, like at first I saw this on someone's page and I was like, oh my god, that color is amazing. Like, this is like the prettiest green ink that I actually have. And I actually need to go on Goulet pens to see what this ink is categorized as, but to me, I feel like it is a green ink. This is a 50 milliliter bottle, and I got the bottle because I knew I was going to be using this over and over, and I literally use this every week in any one of my planners and journals, because the color is just so pretty. Oh my gosh, y'all, the color is just, it's amazing. The color is so pretty. So I've literally been using this for a while, and I absolutely love it. It's, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. Like, I absolutely love this. So I actually keep my fountain pen inked up with this. This is Sailor Manyo Yuri. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Of course, y'all know Japanese. So I think I got a little bit too much on that. I have this color inked in my Kaweco Sport Olivine. This is actually the third one that I purchased, and of course I got this because it's green. This pen, just like the other two, right, amazing. This, I mean, these nibs are like top notch, seriously. So right now I actually inked this up last week. I think I used it 3 times, and if y'all can actually see how much ink is left, and I think I only wrote with it like 3 times, and it wasn't even that much. So that's just how much ink you use up. So this is Sailor Manyo Yuri Kaweco Sport Olivine Extra Fine. Yeah, when this came out, oh yeah, I got this the day it came out. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Ink Studio 930. And I'm trying not to make these videos too long. So this is like a really dark, wild strawberry. That's just how like I like to describe colors. And I have that inked with the Jinhao 9036. This is a wooden Jinhao. This pen writes amazing as well. And if anyone knows me, knows that I love Jinhao pens because they're so pretty. So this is Sailor Ink Studio 930. And I think this is, okay, this is a fine nib. I done got that red all over my fingers. So Jinhao 9036 fine nib. And I love the fine nibs on the Jinhao. I actually love the fine nibs better than the extra fine, because I find that the extra fine nibs, some of them are kind of scratchy. They kind of have like too much feedback for me, and I really don't like a lot of feedback when I use fountain pens. So the next one is I'm gonna switch sides so that I can move this. So the next one is Sailor Manyo Koke. So it's like literally like nothing left in this, but I left just a little bit to at least try to get some type of swatch. Oh no, the red got on this. Oh man, that's not good. That just messed up my whole video. And as you can see, I actually used this one a lot. So this sample is pretty much gone. So I probably could end up rinsing that out. And that is inked with the Jinhao 10. This is also a new pen. I just bought this one like 2 days ago. So originally I'm going to swatch this one so that y'all can see this one. I swatched this one also in another video, but I had the Kala Neon Green in this one, but when I went to write with it yesterday, the nib was like, the ink had like completely dried. Like it dried out, and I don't know if it's the color or it's just like it's not protected like the real Pilot vanishing point to where the ink doesn't dry out. So that's why I rinsed this out to switch the colors to see if that made a difference. So if this ink doesn't dry out, then I know that this ink doesn't need to be in this type of pen. It probably, because it's really thick, this ink probably need to be in like maybe a fine nib, one that actually has a real cap, so that it doesn't dry out, because I'm talking about like that ink completely dried out on the nib. It was crazy. So let's see, because I don't think these are dry. So Sailor Manyo. Okay. But this one didn't dry. Okay. This is a Jinhao 10. And then I got this in a fine nib, because some extra fines, like I said, for the Jinhaos are very, very hit or miss. But if you want to see a review for this pen, I will have a review coming out for this pen, so you can stay tuned for that. And it literally is comparable to the Pilot vanishing point. So if you don't want to spend like over $100 for a capless, the Jinhao 10 is like definitely like your go-to capless. Okay, so the next one is Sailor Stordia Yellow Green. I didn't even take that out of the water. And I actually have this inked up in my Jinhao 58, and I absolutely love this color. It reminds me of Andorilium's Spirula Green. And if you're not familiar with Andorilium, I'm an affiliate for their ink company, and I absolutely love their inks. I love them hands down. So this is a Jinhao 58. I have a video of this one coming out as well. I call this my Twisby Lamy dupe, because it has the body of a Twisby but the grip of a Lamy. So if you see this, the Lamies at the grip section are ergonomic. That way your thumb and your index finger has a place to rest where it's comfortable. So they took the grip section of a Lamy and put it on the body of a Twisby. The only difference is this does not have a piston filling mechanism. It just has like a regular cartridge that has the piston filling system. Like most Jinhaos, like most pens do anyway. So this is a Jinhao 58. So this is Sailor Stordia Yellow Green. and it writes amazing. It literally writes though like a lamy, like a really smooth lamy. And then the color is, I think, Mirandy green. And this is, I think it will, yes, it's a fine. So I love Jinhao fines. I don't trust their extra fines. Okay, so the next one is Ferris Wheel Press Tumultuous Tide, which is one of my favorites. The only thing about Ferris Wheel Press, their ink, sometimes they don't get the parts right. So it's like sometimes it's too much shimmer and not enough like liquid, and then it clogs up your fine and extra fine pens. So I'm an affiliate for Ferris Wheel Press as well, which they have a new ink coming out on Monday. So by the time you see this video, it'll probably be out already. So and if you decide to shop at Ferris Wheel Press website, you can actually use my code JaEliza and get like 15% off your purchase. So this is a Jinhao 100. This is actually my first Jinhao. I got this from the Atlanta Pen Show last year. Was it last year? April? I think last year, April. And was it last year, April? I think it was last year, April, the Atlanta Pen Show, and I loved it. And I only paid $25 for it, and then I went on Amazon and then ordered tons of Jinhaos till I found the ones that I really, really like, which are the Jinhao 100s. So this is Ferris Wheel Press. Tumultuous Tide. And this is the Jinhao 100 fine. So one thing you just have to keep lookout for is, see that shimmer? That shimmer, sometimes that shimmer, it clogs the pens. So I'm going to actually have to use this one frequently because if it has shimmer in it and you don't use it like at least once or twice a week, it will clog the feeder, and you'll find yourself rinsing the feeder off like multiple times. So that pen actually literally matched. So the next one we have, so you can kind of see some of the shimmer in there. So the next one is Sailor Ink Studio 143, and we're almost done. Probably gonna need a little bit more. Sometimes Sailor inks can be a little dry, especially like when you swatch them. So this is also has like some chroma shading because you can actually see like the pink hues in it. And that's one thing like I actually love about Sailor inks is the chroma shading properties that they have. So I inked that one in the Clear Demonstrator Jinhao 100. Hopefully it's ready because I actually inked these before the video. Okay, great. Sailor Ink Studio 143, Jinhao 100, and this is the Clear Demonstrator, and this is a fine as well. Oh no, my bad, this is actually an extra fine. So if you look at these two, no difference, absolutely no difference. I didn't even realize this was an extra fine because I only buy fines. Okay, so the last one, well, the second before the last one is Noodler's Widowmaker. This ink just never, oh my gosh, Noodler's inks are very notorious for never drying. Like, I will literally write something and have to wait like 15 minutes for it to dry. That's why, like, the ones that do that, I rarely use them. I'm planning on just giving them away. Noodler's inks are very beautiful, but Lord Jesus, the way that they dry is ridiculous, and most times they never dry. They literally smear. I don't know. It's the properties that they probably use in their inks, but I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So that's Noodler's Widowmaker, and the pen that I have it inked with is the Jinhao 601A Retro, and this is actually a fine nib. So we're gonna see if this one's ready. Yes. So Noodler's Widowmaker. So this writes lighter than the swatch. So this is a Jinhao 601A Retro, and I think it's like silver, and this is a fine. So I already know when I use this, I'm going to have to use a pencil board. So now I'm just going to show y'all the Kala Neon Green. This is the one that like completely dried out in the Jinhao. So as you can see that, it's really thick. So I'm just like really not surprised that it dried out, because it literally dried out. Like, I love this color, but I definitely don't think you can use this in the campus because it dried out on the nib. It was like crusty and everything. So, oh, you know what? I forgot to write with it for y'all. So this is Kala Neon Green, and this glass pen is from Dominant Industries, and if I can find it, I can link it below. I know they're starting to sell out because of its multiple, or its dual function, so you can write with it and then you can swatch with it. So these are all the colors that I am using for the month. So we could just take a look, just hold it up to the light, or you could just take a look at the colors. And this one ended up getting some of that that Sailor Ink Studio 930 on there. So, but I absolutely love this color. Like, it's so pretty. I love all the colors for the month. So hopefully I can actually use up all of these colors. So what I'll probably do is use like 3 different colors a week, hopefully, and then that will last me until the end of the month, because it's 4 weeks in the month and it's 12 pens. So that's, is it 4 times? Yeah, it's 3. So 3 pens a week, and hopefully I'll be able to use up all the ink. So just let me know in the comments, like, which one is your favorite color. If you have any of these, which ones do you have? If you have any of these pens, let me know which one you have, and let me know what your currently inked is for the month. If you stayed to the end of the video, give me a green heart in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.